Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Delaney, and for today's video, I'm going to be doing a video that was highly requested in my previous video about my Sephora recommendations for the sale. Now, Ulta has responded to Sephora's sale and decided to give 20% off the entire purchase, and that includes prestige brands as well as the drugstore. So at Ulta, they're kind of like being like, hey, we're over here too, and you get the 20% discount, so spend your money here. So if you are interested in shopping at Ulta, this ends on, I believe, the 20th of April. So if you are interested in seeing my favorite picks from Ulta, so you can definitely add these to your cart if you are looking to try something new, then keep on watching. Alright, so this is my new backdrop for now. I don't know if it's going to stay like this. I'm just trying to see what works. If you like these flowers, I just picked them this past weekend at a tulip farm. I will put a picture up right here. So much fun. If you have anything like this near you, highly recommend. But I just love fresh cut flowers, and in this case, hand-picked. I really enjoyed that, and they really liven up my vanity. So I hope you enjoy that in the background of this video today. And I do kind of like the vanity in the background. Let me know if you like this different background situation. But yeah, let's just go ahead and dive into the makeup. Ulta has a lot of the same brands that Sephora has now. They have really branched out, and just like all of the brands have flocked to Ulta as well. There are some, obviously, that are still Sephora exclusive, but a lot of like the big named mainstream makeup brands have made their way into Ulta. So this sale at Ulta is really great because you can get the luxury and the drugstore all in one place. Sephora, you can get the Sephora collection, but there's not really like the drugstore options there. But you can get it all in the same cart, shipped from the same place, and 20% off of absolutely everything. So let's go ahead and dive in. I have some drugstore, I have some luxury, I have a bunch of different categories. If it is something that I talked about in my Sephora video, I will show it to you, but I won't talk about it as much. So definitely go ahead and watch the Sephora favorites video, the Sephora what to buy in the VIB sale video. I will link it right here for you and in the description box below. So starting off, this is a great time to buy fragrance. Just like at Sephora, I did mention that I bought a couple different fragrance options. They have a lot of the same perfume brands that Sephora has, but even some extra like different ones. But this one, I don't know if they actually have it at Sephora. I've never seen it, but at Ulta, I know they have it for sure. This is the Coach Sunset Dreams. This is one of my favorite perfumes of all time. Sorry, I need to go like 2016 on you, but it wasn't wanting to focus. But this bottle is huge. I love this, and this has lasted me a really long time. This is so yummy. It's got a floral scent to it just a bit, but it is not like a typical floral scent that smells like a grandma. I'm not usually a floral scent girl. This has enough kind of gourmand in there that I actually really like it. I will pop up the notes right here. For me, it smells kind of citrusy, kind of floral, like right when you spray it, but it really leaves that like sweet scent, that gourmand kind of scent later on in the dry down. Ugh, I love this, and a lot of people kind of associate this with me. It kind of accidentally became my signature scent. I wore it so much for so long that people are just like, oh, I thought I smelled you earlier at the store, and I turned around and it actually wasn't. This was what they were thinking of. But yeah, this is so good. If you haven't tried Coach Sunset Dreams, definitely try it. One of the best, in my opinion. That one was the one that stood out to me from Ulta. So yeah, go sniff it in store if you'd like, but it is so good. All right, now into the makeup, which is why I know you all are here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with skincare / primers. This one is kind of a use it as a primer, but it's also skincare. I have talked about this at length. I don't need to talk about it too much, but this is the Peach Slices Snail Rescue All-in-One Oil-Free Moisturizer, and this one is just the greatest thing ever for me. I have gone through countless bottles of this. It truly is weightless hydration, really makes my skin glow. I have noticed a difference in like my skin brightening and balancing, like any kind of like discoloration from acne scars and things like that have lightened over time. I really do enjoy this. Was it this? Was it drinking lots of water? Was it taking care of my skin in general? Maybe. I don't know. But this I really do think made a difference, and I love the way it makes my skin feel, and I love the way it preps my skin for makeup. So this one is a 10 out of 10. I talk about it a lot because it's so good. This is at Ulta. Definitely go ahead and get it while it's on sale. This one is a little bit more of a luxury primer. I don't talk about this one a lot just because I have so many drugstore primers that I really like. So this one kind of goes under the radar for me. So this one is from Estee Lauder. This is their Futurist Aqua Brilliance Primer. And I actually really enjoy the products from this line. I have 2 of them. This is one of them. The other one will come up shortly. So this one is like, if I really just need extra hydration, like especially in the winter, I will go ahead and dip into this. Or if I want slight bit of blurring, this one also does that for me as well. This one is like my winter special event primer. When my skin is really dry and it really needs some help, this is the one I reach into. It's amazing. It's very lightweight, but it also feels really, really hydrating on the skin, and it does really do a beautiful job of prepping my skin for the makeup. And I have noticed an increase in the longevity with my foundations when I wear this. I love it. It's a little bit of a splurge, but it's really, really good. And especially during the sale, when you get extra money off, this one might be a good one to try if you haven't. If you're a dry skin girly, I think you'll like it. If you're oily skinned, might not be for you. I think it might be a little too hydrating. But again, I have dry skin, so a lot of these recommendations are from a dry skinned girl's perspective. So yeah. All right, and then I have a few drugstore options I actually found in my empties, or my declutter pile technically, but I will go ahead and say that if this one I did declutter because I don't use a gripping primer anymore, but I will say that it still was a good formula. So even though I didn't love it for every day, I think you still might like it. This is the Power Grip Primer from e.l.f. and they do have a niacinamide one that I actually liked better than this one. But if you do like that sticky, tacky, like super grippy feeling, then you might like this one. It was just too much for me, but it really did increase that longevity. And if you do have oily skin, I think this one would work much better for you. So I did want to include that in here, even though it doesn't like 100% work for me as my favorite. It still works. It's just not what I go to for it. But I do have 2 that were in my empties that I know they don't look empty, but I have the NYX Marshmallow Primer, the big one. This one was incredible. A little bit of blurring, very hydrating, just enough, like not overly hydrating that I can't use it during the summertime. Just such a good one. I love the whipped texture. I love the smell of this one. It smells super sweet and delicious, but not in like a crazy overpowering way, but really, really does an amazing job of making my skin look beautiful. And I do love the slight blurring that you get with this one. Really, really great. And then the Lumi Glotion. This one is a great option if you want some extra glow under the skin, kind of like the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Filter, but a little bit more sheer than that. It's not as quite as pigmented, but the Lumi line is so, so good. I'll talk about a product later that I really, really miss that they discontinued, but the Lumi line in general has worked for me really, really well. So yeah, that one also is really great if you just want like a nice sheen to the skin. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Say Glowy Super Gel at Sephora, but this one's a little thicker. But still both really good products. But yeah, this one is at Ulta, the Lumi from L'Oreal. Okay, so I will say the SPF that I use is also from Ulta, and it is the e.l.f. Skin Whoa Glow Sun Touchable in the shade Sunlight, and this has SPF 30. It is sun protection and a makeup primer all in one. We love a multi-talented queen. She does everything. I love her. I use it every day if I'm gonna go out in the sun, and she does a great job of helping with my makeup. And I've noticed that the glow that I get, I can just wear this by itself if I wanted to, kind of similar to the Lumi. It adds like a beautiful sheen to the skin, but this one has the added benefit of SPF. So I really like it. I love that it comes in multiple shades. This one does not leave any kind of weird too white cast on me or too bronzy. Some of those like really glowy products can lean on the bronzy side and make me look a little bit more tan. I'm not tan. I do not need that. But this one is perfect right in the middle. This shade is great. Sunlight. For those of you who have my, as Teresa's Dead would put it, uncooked chicken shade of skin. But they have a bunch of different shades, so no matter what shade you are, I think they have one for you. But yeah, that is all the primers. So let's move on to foundations. One that I absolutely love is from About Face, and I've talked about this before in my drugstore versus luxury, but this is from About Face, and this is the Performer Skin Focused Foundation. And I love the packaging of this so much. I love that it's a doe foot. That is like, I don't know, I just really love that you can just kind of spread it out wherever you need and then go ahead and blend it in. This is the perfect lightweight foundation that has kind of like a, I don't know, I would say light to medium coverage, but it is buildable. It's really in that like medium coverage range, but it just looks like your skin. It just makes your skin look like evened out and beautiful, and it's not overly hydrating and it's not overly matte either. It just kind of looks exactly like you would think just natural skin looks. So I like this as like a natural finish foundation. It kind of leans more glowy, but I usually pair it with glowy products, so that's why. But I think that you could probably still get away with this with oily skin as well. But if you have oilier skin or more oily skin, I would say this one from Lumi is probably, or this one from L'Oreal is actually a good one to try. I know it says Le Glow tint, but honestly, it's not as super hydrating as I was hoping it would be. It's still a good product and it's still a good skin tint, but I found myself like wanting more hydration from it at the end of the day. So if you have oily skin, I think you might like this one a little better. This again is the Lumi Le Glow skin tint, and I am the shade 100. It is a lightweight fluid skin tint that glows like an illuminator and covers like a foundation. I will say it does have a little bit of a glowiness to it. I didn't think it was anything like super glowy compared to all of the other hydrating foundations that I have tried in the past. Like, I don't think it glows on its own as much as it said it did. But yeah, it's good for a light coverage skin tint. I just needed a little more hydration from it, but if you have oily skin, definitely try it out. If you want hydrating, like to the max, this one is for you. This is a little bit of a splurge, but if your skin wants just to be juiced up and gorgeous, this is from Estee Lauder. This is the Futurist Hydra Rescue Foundation. It is an SPF 45 product. So not only are you getting the beautiful coverage, this is also going to have some SPF in it as well. Really love it. I am in shade 1 and 0 Porcelain, and this has kind of like a light to medium coverage. You can build it up to medium. It is so gorgeous. The texture of this, it's kind of almost gel-like, but I don't know. You'd have to try it to see what I mean. It has a pump, which I really love, that is also a squeezy bottle, so you can get every last drop. This is actually a brand new one because I emptied another one, so this one is like pristine and beautiful and clean. It doesn't end up looking like that for super long, but really enjoy this one, especially in the summertime, but the wintertime as well, just because of how hydrating it is, and it makes my skin look so beautiful. So that's a great one if you are looking for a little bit of splurge. If you don't want to splurge as much, you want a drugstore option, this one's really good too. So this is from Revolution. This is the Skin Silk Foundation. Very natural looking on the skin. My shade is F1. This one, it's very lightweight, has that kind of almost serum texture, but I don't know. It's kind of more like just a liquidy foundation, but it really feels like nothing on my skin. I love it. I love that it's buildable coverage. Really great. This is a luminous serum foundation. Yeah. Lightweight, feels so good on the skin, and it just feels like skincare, but also makeup, and I love that. It wears beautifully. I have been really impressed with this product so far. I don't have a ton from Revolution makeup, and this one, I don't know, it surprised me. It definitely did. So try that one out if you're interested. The price point on it is definitely great, and they have a really good range as well. So yeah. But speaking of that, let's go ahead and talk about some concealers while we're on the complexion products topic. And also from Revolution Beauty, we have the Skin Silk Under Eye Brightening and Concealer product. This is in shade Fair Cool. I have briefly talked about this one before on another video, but this has this beautiful like metal applicator with a nice little pocket. It deposits product beautifully under the eyes while also cooling the under eye as well. Depuffs a little bit as well. I think that's such a nice like luxury touch to a very like affordable product. It's really beautiful, has kind of a luxury feel on a budget. But the product itself is really good. I will say that if you want like a lot of coverage from your concealer, this one might not be the one for you. If you're looking for more of a light to medium coverage concealer, this one might be your gal. I will say that I like that on certain days. It does have a nice brightening effect that actually I do like it for, but it doesn't have enough coverage for like a glam look for me. But on its own as like a light coverage makeup day, I really, really enjoy it. And I can build it up a little bit, but if I'm gonna want more coverage, I go for a different concealer. So that one's great. But if you want full concealer, like full coverage concealer for glam days, I've talked about this in all of my videos. This is the Hourglass Vanish Concealer. There's a reason it was so hyped in the past. Like, it's just amazing. It's incredible. Just the formula on this, it's so full coverage while being very nice and emollient and hydrating, and it blends out so effortlessly, and you only need a little bit of it to go a long, long way. I've said before, I can use it as like a foundation all over my face if I really, really wanted to. It just works incredibly. That's enough for that, or I can keep rambling about it. But another one that is a concealer product is from NYX, and this one is more of like a concealer stick on the go touch-up kind of stick for me. I didn't love it underneath my eyes. I know some people did, but I don't know. I thought it was just too thick a little bit under my eyes. But as far as a touch-up stick goes, or like a concealer stick, this is great. So here it is. So this is the Pro Fix Stick from NYX, and this is in the shade, oh my god, where's the shade name? This is in shade 01 Pale. Aptly named for sure, but it is so like, it's so emollient and blends out beautifully. And it has, this shade in particular has a little bit of brightening to it. Really gorgeous. I like to put this in my purse, and if my makeup is wearing in a weird way throughout the day, especially when I'm testing new products, I bring this along because if my foundation is breaking apart at the end of the day, I can add a hit of coverage wherever I want it, especially like right around my nose area. It breaks up if I'm wearing a foundation that doesn't really agree with me, and I'll just kind of like put a little bit on my finger and just dab it out, and it'll look like it's completely fixed. And if I have a zit or something that I need to touch up throughout the day, I will do the same. I will just take a little bit, put it on my finger, and pop it on, blend it out. Super, super easy. Really great option. Very affordable. Multi-use product. We love that. Okay, so that's it for concealer. Now, okay. Let's go with powder next. So I have 3 options to talk about. One, if you like a powder foundation, this one I liked okay as a setting powder, but actually it is a powder foundation, and I think it works better as it's intended. I was hoping that it would be like a beautiful, like really, really pigmented setting powder, but truly I think it is really made for a foundation. This one is from Juvia's Place, and it is in shade Oslo. It is a beautiful powder. It's made in Italy. It almost has the same feeling as the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush flawless finish whatever powder, but I didn't love how it kind of settled like in the creases of my eyes. I didn't love that when I used it to set my concealer, but if you need a powder foundation, this one actually is really nice. I don't tend to reach for powder foundations as much, but I do use this as like a setting, like a finishing powder, or like to add a hit of coverage if I need it in certain places all over my face. If I want to take away shine, then I use this powder. It is nice. Like, I do like it a lot, but I think if you like powder foundation, you're gonna like it for that a lot more. But I wanted to mention it because some people might actually really enjoy powder foundations, even though I don't reach for them a lot. So this one's from Maybelline. This is the Fit Me powder in Fair. As far as the drugstore powders go, like setting powders, this one has been a go-to for a very long time for me. Really, really enjoy it. If you haven't tried it, I think you might like it. It definitely does not like completely mattify your skin in a way that looks like really dry if you're a dry skin girl. It doesn't have a radiance either. It's kind of like a perfect middle ground. I can use it under my eyes. I can use it all over my face. I really, really enjoy it. The price point is on point. Kind of reminds me of Huda Beauty's packaging. If you look at it like this, you might not know. But yeah, this one is really, really great and has a little bit of like a bit of coverage, just enough to bake and really brighten those under eyes. So great one from Maybelline. But my heart belongs to the Tarte Creaseless powder. This one is so good. This is a creaseless setting and brightening powder from Tarte. Look at this little cute little powder puff it has. Oh my gosh, how cute. It is just a little baby. Oh my god, look at that. It goes perfectly like in here. Ugh, so freaking cute. And I love how they thought of everything. The powder, like the packaging, it has this little home for the sponge here, but instead of having to like dump the powder into the lid, you lift it up. Has this net here that you can like put your powder puff in there, and it doesn't have to be all like crazy messy. I love that about this. Truly, it's like, I hate when powder is really messy and gets all over your clothes when you're trying to get ready. This one definitely doesn't, but the formula on this one is truly incredible. I don't know if I'll ever find a powder I like more than this, to be honest. It is so finely milled and still doesn't settle in my creases under my eyes. It's just magic in a setting powder. And it's not like super mattifying, like to the point where it's drying, but at the same time, if I set my face with it, it's gonna have a slight blurring effect too. I really can't say enough good things about this powder. This is in the shade Translucent. They have other shades. They have a pink one if you're interested in that, but this was a newer product in my collection and it immediately became a love. So incredible. Definitely one to get while it's on sale as well. Great product, but it's worth full price, but on sale it's even better. Next up, we have some blushes. I love to talk about blushes so much. I am a blush girly. I know it's kind of hard to tell with this lighting. I'm trying to get the lighting situated in here. Usually I have the vanity lighting to help me out, but because it's behind me, it is what it is. So I have ring lights, but I have some blush and highlighter on today, and honestly the highlighter is becoming the main attraction here. I do not have any bronzer on, but so good. So I have some drugstore and I have some luxury. I'm gonna do the luxury first and we'll get to the drugstore. So one blush that I have on today that I absolutely love and have actually gone through another full size one and emptied it. This is from Benefit, and this is the Peachin' Blush. I'm so glad I kept this. I was really going back and forth when I was decluttering because I don't love the fragrance. It still has a bit of that fragrance, but when it's older, it doesn't really it doesn't bother me as much. But when it's brand new, I don't love the fragrance as much. But it is a beautiful kind of luminous peachy pink blush, and I just think it looks incredible on my skin tone. I feel like it blends so beautifully. I don't know if it's because the shade is perfect for me or if the formula truly is incredible and just blends like a dream. This is like one of those blushes that's hard for me to mess up. I love that from a blush, I do. But this one has great longevity. The color's perfect, and I have had really good luck with this formula. I kind of want to test out other shades to see if it actually is the formula or if it's the color, but it's beautiful. I love that they redid their packaging. They used to have that like really thick box packaging and a brush on top that nobody ever used, and then they got rid of that and made the box flatter. I think this is much more tolerable. Really enjoy it. Very cute. Love the graphic on the front. Can't say anything better. I mean, it's great. Another step up from that in the luxury realm. This is from Natasha Denona, and this is a cream blush and blush lighter kind of duo. This is in the shade Sweet Cheeks. This is their high gen blush, and you get two different products here. You get more of like a highlighter blush and a cream blush. They're both cream products, but these just wear so beautifully. They blend like a dream. They layer so well together. They complement each other beautifully. I think they just look so like hydrating, juicy on the cheeks. They last all day for me. If you want a really long lasting cream blush and one that you get 2 in 1, like a highlighter and a blush, this one is so good. Definitely try it if you haven't yet. But we do have some drugstore options. So I will say, if you want something that's not glowy, I know I've talked about a lot of glowy products so far. If you want a blush that's a matte cream blush, this is from e.l.f. This is their Camo Liquid Blush. Now, some of them I think might have some shimmer in it, but this one is in shade Peach Perfect. I don't really notice too much of a glow with this one. It does blend out really beautifully. It's not my favorite cream blush, but when I need something that's more on the matte side, I do reach for it quite a bit. But yeah, it's a good solid one that's very affordable if you want to try it. I'm trying to give recommendations for not just dry skin, if you've noticed that, but I prefer something a little more glowy than that, but the formula on it is actually really good. This one is if you want something like really pigmented right off the bat and kind of stains the cheeks. This one has a little bit of a glow to it, but not quite like the others I'm talking about. This is the Lumi Liquid Blush, and this one is almost like a stain for me. It really, like, you have to work quickly. You have to dot it on, blend it out on one side, and then move to the other one. You can't like dot and blend on both sides, or it really will just dry down super quick. But when it sets, it's there for freaking ever. So I will say I like that about it, but I tend to like something that I can work with a little bit more. Like, I have more time to work with it. But if you're someone who wants something that's just going to stay all day and you don't mind kind of finagling it and kind of giving it more attention than maybe some of the other products, this one is good. Does have a little bit of a glow, not the most glowy though. These last 2 blushes that I have from the drugstore are more of the glowy kind of blush. So the first one is from Milani, and this is their Cheek Kiss blush. This is their liquid blush and glow. This is kind of like their response to Charlotte Tilbury, honestly. It very much feels like that. It has the same kind of squeezy tube and little sponge poofy applicator. This is in shade Dolce Pink. This one is really good. I will say it requires a good amount of product if you want a lot of pigment, but if you are a sheer blush kind of person, you will love this. It is like just a beautiful flush on the skin, but if you do want the pigmentation, you can build it up. It just takes quite a bit of product to get there. It's really beautiful. It blends like a dream. Beautiful glowy. It looks like a blush lighter situation. That's just all I want in life is beautiful glowy cheeks. This one though kind of takes the cake for me. This one is so good. This is the blushed cream blush from Juvia's Place in the shade Peach Please, and I love the packaging. I love that it's so compact. It is so pigmented that I feel like this is gonna last me forever, even though I use it all the time. It's just, I mean, this color is very much like the Peachin' blush from Benefit. I just feel like it complements my skin so beautifully. It definitely has a bit of a glow to it. Originally when I tried it, I didn't think it did, but kind of as I used it more and more, I saw how juiced up my cheeks were getting, and I love that. I love that I could start seeing that it really was like glowy. This is incredible. Definitely a top-rated blush in my opinion. Kind of rivals some luxury brands. This is so good. If you're gonna try anything from the sale, this is definitely one to try, especially since it's affordable, but then you get even more money off, so why not? All right, so there is one bronzer product that I'm gonna talk about today, because I don't have that many suggestions for bronzers. I don't wear bronzer a ton anymore. I just feel like with my skin tone, the blush is definitely enough to give my cheeks some dimension. I don't feel like I need a ton of bronzer anymore. My bronzer options are from Sephora. So yeah, I used to have a favorite. I used to have a favorite one from the drugstore, and it was actually part of the Lumi line from L'Oreal. They discontinued it sadly, even though that was the best bronzer ever. Like almost better than some of the luxury brands. I don't know why they thought to discontinue it. That's so rude. But the only bronzing product that I have that I want to talk about today is from Bare Minerals, and this is the Bronzer, and this is one that I use constantly. If I use a bronzing product, this is one. I think it's because it's that mix between a blush and a bronzer that's why I use it. I feel like it just looks so much more natural on my skin than to have like an orangey toned anything on my skin, to be honest. I love that it just like, it has the perfect blush tone, but also having that warmth that a bronzer would have. This is in shade Kiss of Pink. And wow, oh wow, is it just so, so good. I love a lot of Bare Minerals powder products like this. It's kind of shocking. Like, they're just so, so pretty. But yeah, speaking of Bare Minerals, I do have some highlighters to talk about, and the first one is the blush lighter. This was the highlighting blush in the Gen Nude. So this is the Gen Nude highlighting blush, and this is in Peach Glow. I have Rose Glow as well, but this is their blush meets highlighter instead of the blush meets bronzer, and ugh, it's so pretty. It just looks like a finishing powder and a blush and a highlighter all in one on your skin. I love the finish that this gives my cheeks. It just looks so airbrushed and delicious and yummy. It's incredible. These are splurge worthy products, especially while they're 20% off. Definitely take advantage of that. So good. I have 2 splurges and 3 from the drugstore to talk about. So the biggest splurge one is from Natasha Denona, and this is the Hygen Skincare Infused Glow Beautifier. Packaging, stunning. It is metal packaging, like cooling metal packaging. This is in shade 01 Light. They do have, I think, 4 shades. And this, I do have a little, actually no. This one is so, how do I say this? This is so good. It just looks like your skin had the best skincare routine, and it goes and over any blush, anything on your face, and just adds this beautiful, gorgeous glow. It's very thin, lightweight formula. It's just kind of a cream to powder kind of a thing. It's almost putty-like, kind of similar to one that's coming up, but less putty-like. It's kind of a hybrid between a powder and the putty, but this is something that's definitely a splurge, but it is worth it. I feel like it has a very unique quality to it. It doesn't look like powder highlight. It just looks like your skin, but it's in a compact. So, so good. It almost looks like a cream highlight, but in a compact. And I can't get enough of it. I really do enjoy it. Another luxury one is from MAC. This one is the Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. Any of the Extra Dimension skin finishes from MAC are incredible. Even the blush ones, so, so good. But this one was one of their, like, I don't know, holiday ones. So they might not have this one exactly, but I know for a fact that Ulta has MAC skin finishes there. And you just gotta try them. They are... MAC has been around for so long, and being a brand that's been around forever, I feel like they just have so many good staple products, and this is one of them. It just looks, it's a baked formula. It looks so good on the skin. It looks airbrushed and gorgeous. The tones are always really, really good, I've found. Ugh, they're just so, so good. So if you want that baked highlighter formula, this one is the way to go. Now for the drugstore options, I have 3. So I have a putty, a cream, and kind of a baked formula. So the baked one, this one is from NYX and is their Buttermelt highlighter. This is what I have on today, and I will say it looks so skin-like. It just looks like I have glassy skin. Like, it really kind of comes close to the look of the Natasha Denona or the skin finish from MAC, but it's not. It's from NYX. So I am very impressed with this formula. Usually with highlighters from the drugstore, I found them to be a little chalky. This is not that. This is incredible. Ugh, oh my gosh. It looks luxury on a budget. I will say I wish they came out with more shades in this that were more of like that neutral kind of vibe. I like that they came out with fun colors, but I feel like this is the only one that would really work for my skin that was a true highlighter. I wish they had like a light pink, a light lavender maybe, but like not like super in your face colorful. The other ones had a little too much like crazy color for me. They had a blue, a purple, and I think one other maybe, but I just kind of wish that they would expand on the shade range for this one because this formula is so good. I was one of those people who did not like the Buttermilk bronzer and blush, but the highlighter is a different formula altogether, and it's beautiful. Gotta try it if you haven't had it, if you haven't tried it yet. If you do like a putty, this is from ColourPop. They might not have this shade anymore, but I know that they still sell the ColourPop Super Shock highlighters. They're iconic. This is in shade Seismic. And they just have like this beautiful putty texture where you can like press it, and they are so creamy and just, I mean, they're just like wet looking on the skin. I love it. This one's actually really old too, and the formula has lasted quite a long time. So I don't know. It's pretty great. And I think they're what, like $7-8, maybe like $9 now. I don't know. They've kind of raised the prices over time, but they're still really good from the drugstore. But this one kind of has won over my heart from the drugstore for highlighters. This is very similar to the Merit Beauty highlighter. I have talked about this at length. I do like the Merit one better for some reasons, but this one is from L'Oreal. This is the Lumi Le Glace highlighter stick, and I do love this a lot. I will say that it does take a little bit of warming up on the back of my hand. I can't go straight in. I have to warm it up first. But if I warm it up, it really turns into this beautiful glassy skin vibe. It makes my skin look juicy. Ugh, so good. But yeah, if I don't warm it up, it doesn't like get the oiliness that I need to not disturb foundation and other products underneath. But it just still like, even when I rub it out, it still makes my skin look super hydrated and beautiful. This is so good, especially from the drugstore. Like, this one is much more affordable than the Merit Beauty one. So in that respect, if you want to try the drugstore version, this is so good. And I would say it's good on its own too. But there are some better than this, but not at the drugstore. This is like the reigning queen of highlighter sticks at the drugstore, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and talk about eye products. This is something that I love. I absolutely love eyeshadow, and it's one of my favorite things to talk about ever. And Ulta has a few options that I really, really love. So let's talk single eyeshadows. If you want cream, I have two options for you. One is the KVD Dazzle Stick, and this is in the shade Hail Surge. I have the copper one as well. This one I won't talk about for too long because I have shouted this from the rooftops for long enough, but this is such an incredible product. It goes on so beautifully. It is so emollient and gorgeous, and look at that flip. Ugh, it is so good. I usually use my finger and put it on that way, but you can also swipe it on if you want, but wow. And then we also have, this one is newer in my collection. I saw it on the end cap and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks super sparkly and beautiful. I wondered why I haven't seen anybody talk about this yet. So I swatched a bunch of them and they really like took my heart. This is from Half Magic. This is their Sparkle Stick Eye Crayon. I love the packaging, so bright and fun. This is in the shade Beige Mystique. I have it on my eyes today. I love it. It has such good pigment to it. I did not blend it out a ton because I wanted it to have that just like metal look, but you can buff it out if you really want to. I really, really love this. It is so metallic and beautiful and lots of sparkle. You really even see it like from back here. It's crazy, but I will go ahead and swatch it for you. It is so emollient and just swipes on beautifully, and it has a gorgeous flip. Ugh, I love this color so much, and it is truly budge proof as well, which I love. This will last until I take it off. It's kind of crazy. When I went in store and swatched a bunch of these, I didn't realize how long lasting they were. took it, I used a makeup wipe and was swiping and swiping and swiping, and they were staying put. That's all I gotta say. Really nice longevity on these. And my eyelids get a little oily throughout the day. This holds up. That's all I gotta say. So good. Looks beautiful, metallic, super sparkly, high impact, gorgeous. And it doesn't tug on my eyelids when I apply it either. With an eyeshadow stick, I can't have that. I have from Urban Decay, this is the Moon Dust shadow. This is one of their single shadows, 24-hour wear, supposedly. But it does have a nice long wear time. I wouldn't say 24 hours, but this is Space Cowboy, and gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This one, let me see if I can just pat it on my lid because I want to. So pretty. Just adds a little bit of extra sparkle. Let me see if I can swatch it for you, but this is what it looks like on the hand, on the finger. I mean, come on. So pretty. But it has a nice base to it, so it's not just transparent glitter. It has a nice base so that it adds a little bit of color to the lids as well. If you have any discoloration under the eye or on your eyelid and you want something to kind of even that out and add sparkle, this is a great option with some really nice longevity. I like having an eyeshadow base on underneath of this, so usually I'll use the Dazzle stick as my eye primer kind of, and then I will add this on top and it will last all day long. So gorgeous. If you want a single shadow on a budget, you're not going to really find anything better than ColourPop Super Shock shadows. They're iconic for a reason, and buy all of them during the 20% off. I might actually. This is in shade Frog. I don't know if they have these shades still in store. I know that they have different shades at Ulta versus their website for ColourPop, but this one is so good. Shade Frog. They're so creamy and beautiful. This one is kind of like a silvery with pink and blue kind of sparkles to it. I mean, wow. You can notice what kind of color story I usually go for with single shadows, but wow. Just wow. And you can see like the difference between the Urban Decay and the ColourPop, and then the shadow sticks. This one I kind of rubbed off a little bit. That was my fault. But yeah, it pretty much compares to all of the luxury brands, and it's ColourPop. It's like $6, $7. So beautiful. Look at, like, it's like a spotlight. They are super impactful. It lasts a long time on your eyelid for a drugstore eyeshadow product. So definitely give it a shot. If you somehow have never tried it, definitely try it. It's affordable. It's something that I would recommend any beginner in makeup, newbie to makeup. I would definitely recommend ColourPop. They're so good. This is Ladybird, which is more of like the champagne version. Kind of a little bit of on the warmer side than Frog. More of your true light champagne kind of shade. Not as much of a deep flip as Frog. It looks so good on pretty much most skin tones that I can imagine. I just love anything that sparkles, and ColourPop really knows how to do that. Okay, so eyeshadow palettes. I know you guys love when I talk about eyeshadow palettes, and I know that you're gonna be sick of me if I keep talking about Natasha Denona, but I had to say it. Natasha Denona has some incredible ones, and of course they're at Ulta, so definitely go check them out. This is my newest one, and this is the I Need a Warm palette. So good. I've used it a few times already. I haven't even taken this off yet, but I love this so far. All of the shimmers. If you want one that has a bunch of different unique shimmers in it, this is a great one. I didn't think it pulls too orange on me for a warm tone shadow, so I love that. And then of course the mini ones are always great to get because they're just like the perfect amount of eyeshadow and perfect for travel. So this one is the My Mini Dream palette, and this one's more of a cool toned color story. You get 2 shimmers in this one and 3 mattes. I will say that Sephora sometimes has a little bit more options for Natasha Denona. At least when I was looking on the app for Ulta, they didn't have all of the palettes that Sephora had. But this one was on there. The I Need a Nude definitely was on there. Go check them out. The formula for Natasha Denona is incredible. I could rave about them all day. I have made multiple videos about them, so I'm not going to do that in this video. But the longevity, the formulas, just incredible in general. All right, my camera fell, so don't know why I did that. But, so if this looks different, that's why. But another more luxury eyeshadow brand that I would definitely recommend is Anastasia Beverly Hills. They have a bunch of them. They have a bunch of palettes that are incredible. This one is a great travel palette if you're looking for it. This is the Mini Sultry palette, and it has that same beautiful formula that the Sultry palette had, but just in a compact mini form. I will say that the mini is missing some of my favorite shades from the big palette, but if you're looking for an on-the-go neutral palette, this one is incredible. Formula's great. All of the shadows work really, really well. But honestly, Ulta really shines with the drugstore, to be honest, and of course we couldn't have an Ulta video without talking about ColourPop eyeshadow. This is the That's Taupe palette, and this one is their more cool toned one. Kinda looks like this one, doesn't it? Very similar color story, but these shadows work incredibly well as well. This one actually has a Super Shock shade in here. I love when they put the Super Shocks in the palettes. Love that. And their standard shimmer formula is also really good, but their mattes are incredible. This one in general has been one of my favorites. It's one that has lasted a lot of declutters. This one has just like stood the test of time. It's old, but the formula is still incredible and really, really good. So that one's great. And then of course we have LA Girl. So I've talked about these multiple times, but from the drugstore, these are unbeatable. The formula on this is incredible. The OG one is this one. This is the Keep It Playful eye palette in Playmate, and it is the ones that are like 9-pan like this. The pink one, so good. These shimmers have something magical in them. This top one right here is like liquid metal. So beautiful. It kind of has a similar vibe to this actually, but in a powder shade. And then these mattes are so buttery soft, great longevity. They blend like a dream. What else can I ask for from a drugstore product? And it's super affordable. Like legit, super affordable. And then this is one of their newer palettes from LA Girl. This is the Sunset Days Under the Sun palette. And this one also has some incredible mattes and some beautiful shimmer formulas in here. I will say I really enjoy this one as well, but I think this one I still like a little bit better, but I do like the tones of the mattes in this one, so I kind of pair the two sometimes. These shimmers are still really good, but this one still has like a slightly different formula than these. I want them to make one with all of that, all of this shimmer formula, but this one is really, really good as well. I would say that the shimmers are very comparable to ColourPop. The mattes definitely have that like really super hyper soft buttery quality as well. These are great. Like both of these and ColourPop are awesome. If you're a beginner in makeup and you do not want to splurge on like a $59, $60 eyeshadow palette, this is so good. Like I wouldn't necessarily say you need it. You can probably find a color story with LA Girl or ColourPop that is really, really great. If you want to venture into the luxury realm, Natasha Denona, can't really go wrong. There's a bunch of different color stories. But yeah, so good. I love eyeshadow. I could talk about it forever. But I'm not going to. I have two mascaras to talk about. Hopefully they sell this one because I know they sell Ilia at Ulta Beauty now. But this is the Fullest mascara. This is what I'm wearing today. This is a clean brand and the mascara holds up incredibly. It is not waterproof though, so just keep a lookout for that. But I have sensitive eyes and this one works so well for me. It doesn't flake, doesn't do anything weird. It's just incredible. I think it adds some nice volume. It makes my eyelashes look so nice and fluttery. Really enjoy that. And then also from the drugstore, we have e.l.f. This is the Lash Extender mascara, and this one is also a really great option. The wands are completely different. So this one has kind of that thinner wand to it. This one is great for the lower lashes especially, and it is good for the upper lashes, but I will say I think I like the Ilia one better for the top, but I like the e.l.f. for the bottom lashes specifically. I love this like hourglass shaped wand for volume. Really, really great. One is luxury, one's drugstore. Take your pick, honestly. They're both really, really good. Okay, so setting spray. I have 3 different options for you guys because I know I've talked about this one a ton. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter in the shade, or in the type of extra glowy. So this one is great, all over glow, makes your skin just beaming and gorgeous. And of course, it makes the makeup last forever. Love the Urban Decay one, but I've talked about it a bunch. This one is from MAC. This is the Fix Plus. This is an OG for a reason. It has a little bit of a fragrance, but I don't mind it. It just feels so hydrating and plumping to the skin. My skin feels juicy and fresh and clean. Really love this one. And it's not really glowy or mattifying. It just is. Like, it's just so beautiful. And then lastly, we have the Professional setting powder or setting spray from Benefit. This one has a really great mister. I will say, like, the packaging on this one is incredible, and it does last a long time on the it does make your makeup last as well. I will say I do slightly lean towards the longevity of the Urban Decay instead of the Benefit one, but both of them work really, really great. But you might actually like the Benefit one just because of the mister, so I wanted to mention that. And they work pretty comparably, but I do like the extra glow from the Urban Decay. Now we are on our last category, which is lips. First up, I'll talk liners. I have talked about these probably at length before, so I'm going to go very quickly with this. The brands that I love for lip liners are e.l.f., NYX, Juvia's Place, and Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury is sold at Ulta now. These I've talked about at length and in the Sephora video, so definitely go check that one out if you want like even more about it. But very high, like very long lasting, definitely worth the splurge because they're so long lasting. Definitely the longest lasting in my collection, and the tones are really beautiful, but you don't have to spend that money. Juvia's Place for the retractable one, I really enjoy. It is very creamy and blendable, and it's not as long lasting on the lips, but it still is really great. It's the Luxe liner, and this is in the shade Sweet Nothing. In my declutter videos, I've actually swatched all of my lip liners, so if you want to see them up close, go check out that video. This one is from NYX. This is in the shade Natural. Really enjoy this one. It's a sharpenable wooden pencil, very pretty nude. The formula is great, pretty long lasting, and very affordable. And then finally from e.l.f., I have 2 right here. This one is in shade Nude 03, and this one is in shade Nude 01. These were both from the Retro Paradise collection. Sadly, that got discontinued, but they do sell, they do still sell e.l.f. lip liners, but the formula on these is great. They are very long lasting, very like kind of a good mix between emollient and like tough, because if it's too emollient, it's not going to last on the lips. If it's too tough, it's going to tug and feel weird. Very good, like, you know, Goldilocks kind of lip liner where it's right in the middle and just right. The Charlotte Tilbury ones are a little bit on the stiff side, but really, I mean, the longevity is worth it. Now let's talk about lipstick. So I have 4 different lipsticks to talk about. I will go very quickly through these because in my Sephora video, I talked about it. So MAC is just, wow. MAC has probably the best lipstick formula ever. I mean, one of the best lipstick formulas ever, especially at Ulta, I will say. There are some at Sephora that I like probably as much or maybe a little bit better, but MAC is like an absolute icon. This is in the shade Blankety. This one is so good, and this is one of their cream lipsticks. Yeah, this is their amplified cream lipstick, which means it's super hydrating, kind of a shinier formula, definitely on the hydrating, like, your lips side, which is what I really, really love. They do have matte. They do have a bunch of finishes. They have, like, a sparkly finish if you want it. Definitely check them out if you want. They are great. I love the smell of the MAC lipsticks. They're iconic. They have that, like, subtle vanilla smell. Really, really good. And tones. They have so many shades to choose from. Just, it's crazy. This one is from Milani, and this is the, I think this is like the Audacious something lipstick, but it is gorgeous. This is in the shade Pleasure, and it has a really like luxurious case to it. It feels really nice and heavy and luxe. For a drugstore lipstick, this is incredible. It is more on the matte side though, so I don't reach into it as often, but the pigmentation on this is incredible. It is a good one to try from the drugstore if you had been looking for a new one or a different one, because it is kind of on the older side. This one is kind of on the older side now, but I don't know. Everything kind of feels old now with the makeup. It just like they keep churning stuff out, so it's really hard to remember when this came out. But I know it was somewhat recent-ish, maybe within the past year. But this is the O Face, I think, from e.l.f. This is their lipstick. The packaging looks like NARS. It is super luxurious looking. It even like looks like NARS with the way that they have the like, that just kind of gives NARS vibes, doesn't it? But this one is really great. It's a beautiful nude, very like My Lips but better shade. This is in the shade No Doubt. Really, really enjoy this one. Has a magnetic closure, very luxe feel to it. The formula is really good, pretty long lasting, definitely like kind of in between hydrating and matte, but it's still really good. It's just a matter of what you want. Like, I do go for the hydrating one, so the MAC probably would be the one that I would recommend, but if you want to try drugstore options, those two are really good too. And then finally, if you want a liquid lipstick, I always talk about this because some people really like the liquid lipstick vibe. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and if you want a liquid, this is the one I would recommend. Probably the only one I'd recommend, to be honest. It doesn't dry out your lips. That's why I like this. It has kind of a moussey vibe to it, and it's super pigmented. It feels like plush. Your lips feel a little bit pillowy and soft, and it doesn't dry out your lips. That's just the main thing for a liquid lipstick for me. Like, the old ones really like made your lips crack. They were so dry. This definitely not like that. It is very comfortable on the lips. Very nice texture to it. This one is in the shade Peachy Nude. This is their Lip Velvet. Definitely recommend if you're looking for that kind of vibe. Now for balms, I would say the Maracuja Juicy Lip Balm is so good. This one, I just, like, I think it takes the cake because of the ease of the packaging, ease of use and everything. This one is so good. So all of the Tarte Maracuja products, except for the ones that say plumping, I will give my seal of approval for. I don't love plumping, but if you do, go ahead and try it. I just don't love that feeling on my lips. Neither does my husband. Because I kiss him and then he's like, what is that? But this one is so good. This is in the shade Rose. I love the shades that they have, how glossy and hydrating they are. Like, this one really lasts on the lips. Like, it really is like almost thick, but not like gloopy thick, but thick. And it lasts forever on the lips. My lips feel super hydrated all day long. I keep this in my purse and reapply it all the time. It's just, it feels luxurious. It feels great. My lips love it. What more can I say? And then it's not a balm, but it is a lip oil. So it's kind of in that like hydrating lip product category. This is from e.l.f. This is their Glow Reviver Lip Oil. And this is in the shade Divine Wine. And I love the applicator, like how big and chunky it is. It really is nice and soft and like luscious. And the glimmer formula is so good. I love a good sparkly lip, and it's not enough sparkle to be like, ew, in your face, like sparkle. It's just enough to make your lips look nice and like, I don't know, like little speckles in there, like just a little bit to catch the light. Extra glossy. So beautiful. It's hydrating. It's not as hydrating as, say, the Tarte ones, but it does give a nice like hydrating feel to the lips. And if you want a lip oil, I mean, that one's a great one, and it's super affordable. Don't try, I mean, the Dior ones are way too expensive. Please don't do that. I mean, maybe 20% off you could try if you've been wanting to, but I mean, for a lip oil, this is incredible, and it's very affordable. Speaking of e.l.f., this one is a lip stain, and this one is also really good. This is their hydrating lip stain, I think is what it's called, in the shade Pinkies Up. And I love that it's a nude lip stain. A lot of lip stains are like bright red and bright pink. This one is actually like my lip color, so I can put it on underneath of stuff, and then as like if it's a lipstick or something and it wears, I'll still have the stain underneath, so it's not like as noticeable and I don't have to touch up as often. This one is a glossy lip stain, but you can kind of wipe away the gloss after you've applied the stain if you just want to put other products on top of it. That leads me to our last category, which is glosses, and I love the Tower 28 lip gloss, which is not at Ulta. This is at Sephora. So I don't have that many to talk about at Ulta, but I will say that the Buxom glosses, I know I said I didn't like plumping. This one, I don't mind as much. This one is in shade Dolly, and it is a beautiful, like, shimmery pink. It doesn't have, like, glitter particle, like, glitter chunks in there, but it is just enough to be, like, voluminizing. It is just enough to make your lips just plump and gorgeous and really catch the light beautifully. This does make my lips bigger. Like, it's kind of crazy what it does. I just don't like to wear it often, but it really is good. So definitely, if you want a plumping lip gloss, try it out. It doesn't hurt my lips, so that's why I actually can recommend it. But it's so good. And then finally, we have a gloss from Half Magic. If you want a glitter gloss that really does shine, this one is it. This is in Magic Drip, this is the Magic Drip lip gloss in the shade Frosty Bitch. And I love that name so much, but look how shiny and gorgeous it is. I will go ahead and put it on just because I feel like, I don't know, it deserves its own little moment here. Look at that. Sorry you can hear the thunder in the background. It sounded ominous. But yeah, the lighting is not doing it justice, but it is truly so sparkly and it just reflects the light in such a beautiful way. And the sparkles in this are not super chunky, so you can't really feel that texture on your lips, which I love. This is just such a good one. It is a thicker gloss, but it applies in a thin way, but it's like thick in the way of hydrating. Like, it is so hydrating on the lips. I really do love it. I like the Tower 28 one better, but as far as a glitter gloss goes, this packs a punch for glitter, and I really do enjoy it a lot. Half Magic has definitely impressed me. I will have to try some different things from them, but they are definitely known for their like glitter kind of products, and oh my gosh, I love glitter. So I think that's why I'm kind of drawn to them. That is all my recommendations from Ulta Beauty, and hopefully you enjoyed those. Hopefully you find something that you want to try for the sale while it's 20% off. Let me know in the comments which products you definitely want to try from Ulta during the sale. You might give me some recommendations too. I am looking to try some new things at Ulta as well. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope it helps some of you with your decision making about what you're gonna get from the Ulta sale. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this new setup. Let me know. I'm taking notes. But yeah, I like it so far, but I know I need to fix a little bit of the lighting. That's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!